Okay. Good evening, Professor. My name is Warinjinya Niamkham, and today our group gonna talk about Samsung versus Apple. And the reason we select Apple and Samsung as our project because they are two leading brand in the mobile market in the whole world, and they are the most consumer favorable and well-known and easily recognizable brand around the globe. Unlike the other companies, Apple and Samsung give their information on the internet so people can easily learn about their company's financial or operating system, about the company and product. Next. And the core business of Apple. It is an American organization related to software products. It was founded in California in 1976 and communication with their business and stakeholders. Their products are MacBook, iPad, iPod, iPhone, Apple Watch. I think everyone knows this one. And core business of Samsung. It was established in 1938. Samsung Group includes Samsung Electronics and Samsung Engineering, a construction company, heavy industry, a shipbuilder, and Samsung C&T, which is a construction company. Next. So Samsung, they have four parts, which is the first one, digital business. They are selling phones, laptop, computers, laser printers, television, air conditioners, and vacuum cleaner. These are products we are using in our daily life. And the second one is semiconductor business chips, such as smart card, mobile application processors, and multi-chip packages. And the third one is telecommunication, network, fax machines, cellular device, and hybrid device. And the last one is LED thin film transistor, liquid crystal display, and organic light emitting diode panels for laptops. Next. So this slide, I'm gonna talk about the business environment of the companies, Apple versus Samsung. So the Apple competitors, which is Samsung, Dell, Lenovo, and their downturns are net income fail. And three part of Apple is China and lost revenue because of China market. Upturn because of first public company in US, and help rising up their revenue is iTunes and App Store because people buy an application in App Store. And Samsung, their competitor is Apple, Huawei, and Lenovo. Downturn profit decrease due to semiconductor business and price fall due to customer inventory adjustment. Upturn price of memory chip stable and 2% rise net income.
So this slide is about the strength of the Samsung company and Apple. For Samsung, stronghold in consumer electronic, low margin strategy increased sales, highly skilled labor availability locally and globally, good focus on customer service and good market strategy, strong management and loyal employees. For Apple brand name, Apple has a well-established and strong brand name among the customer and its competitor through quality and introducing new product. Innovative. Apple has been innovative since the beginning. Always come up with new ideas and products. Microsoft and Intel. Apple uses to produce its own software for its product, but working with Microsoft and Intel gave an edge to its profitability. Research and development. Apple has strong research and development to its competitor. This is the reason Apple always come up with a new innovation. Physically vitality. Apple has case reserve continued strong and stable, although the idle market share development of the computer hardware and software areas. For the customer loyalty and quality, Apple has strong customer loyalty because of the quality of the product that Apple provides its to customer. The stock exchange market that the company share are currently trading. Samsung's the stock exchange market is in Korea, Seoul. For Apple, the stock exchange market in the US. Financial policies of the company. Samsung, the company maintaining the accounting record in Korea won and preparing statutory financial statement in Korea language. Hangul, in accordance with Korean IFRS, certain information attached to the Korean language financial statements, but not required for a fair presentation of the company's financial position. Financial performance or cash flow is not presented in the occupying consolidating financial statement. For Apple, the preparation of the financial statement and related disclosures in conformity with the US generally accepted accounting principle GAAP and the company's discussion and analysis of its financial condition and operating result requiring the company's management to make judgment, assumption, and estimate that affect the amount reported in the consolidated financial statement and accompanying notes.
So my name is Jasmil for Sirmasorn. I'm gonna tell you about the price per share. So this will be the price per share of both the companies, Apple and Samsung, in both the years from 2019 to this year, 2020. So price per share of the company stock. So for Apple, so the price per share for Apple is $267.99, which is equal to around 8,700 baht. The information of this price per share is taken on the closing date of 9th of April 2020. And for Samsung is equal to 48,300 won, which is equal to 1,300 baht. The information of price per share for this year is taken the closing date at 13th of April 2020. Price per share of 2019. So for Apple, it's equal to $200.62, which is equal to 6,500 baht. And the information for this price per share is taken on 10th April 2019. And for Samsung is equal to $47,000, 47,000 won, which is equal to 1,200 baht. And this information is taken before the closing date at 15th of April 2019. So for both, you can see that for both, the price per share has increased. So for Apple, which in 2019 it was 47,000, and for 2020 it's now 48,000. So which means 2.6% increase it from the previous year. And for Samsung is in 2019 it was 200, and for 2020 it's now 267, which means 25.1% increase it from the previous year. And here are the dividend for its share. For Apple, the dividend, you can see it's equal to 3.08 or 1.15%. And for Samsung is 1,416, which is equal to 2.93%.
Okay, now it's my turn. Hello, my name is Yasmin de Gusmao. So now you talk about current ratios. So a current ratio measure ability to pay back its short-term obligations, which is important to determine the company's financial health. To find the current ratio, you need to divide the company's current assets, which are cash, inventory, receivables, and current liabilities. That's other payables. So I got from Apple, as you can see here, I got 1.54012. There you go. Next. And for Samsung, I got 2.84. As you can see, the two companies has more assets than liabilities, so it means that it's a good financial health. So now it's the debt ratios of the companies. So about Samsung, I got 0.73, no, 0.25437. And for Apple, I got 0.73269. So yes. And for Apple, I already talked about this. Go next. So the net income is total earnings of the company. It's important measure of how profitable the company is over a period of time. So as you can see on the final statements, I got 18 billion from Samsung and 55 billion for Apple.
All right, and then we'll move on to the financial ratios compared to industry averages. And as we can see, both the quick ratio and the current ratio are there. And for both of those, both Apple and Samsung are above 1, which is good thing because it means both companies have enough assets to pay off their liabilities. But as we can see, Apple is a bit below the industry average, whereas Samsung is above the industry average for those. And then we have the debt to equity ratio for both companies as well. And as you can see, Apple has a very high total debt to equity ratio, which is also over double the industry average. And a high debt equity ratio is often associated with high risk, and it means that the company has been probably aggressively financing its growth with debt. And Samsung, on the other hand, has a very low ratio for debt to equity ratio. Sorry. And it's still a bit over the industry average for Samsung as well. All right, and next we have earnings per share. And for Apple, the earnings per share for the year 2019 was $11.89, whereas for Samsung it was $2.72, which is approximately 3,166 Korean wons. And in the list, as we can see, the earnings per share for the past 5 years. And we can see from the Apple side that they had a little drop from the previous year, but before that it's been growing steadily. Whereas for Samsung, they had a big drop from the previous year, and the few years before that were pretty good, but they're dropped below $3 again. next one. And then lastly, we have the net cash flows at the end of a period. At the end of the year 2019, Apple had a positive net change in cash of $24 billion. And on the other hand, Samsung in the same time period had a negative net change in cash of $2.8 billion. So they were on the negative side for the net change in cash. We can see that Samsung made a big loss in investing last year, which contributed in the net change being negative. And Apple, however, did not make a loss, but they also use a lot of money to finance the company. But even with that, the end result was that they were on the positive side still. And that's it, I think, then. So we'd just like to thank you for your attention. And this was our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you.